Alright, still under the weather, but Aether drifts out. We gotta make videos, and we are playing an oldie, but maybe a goodie. I don't know. A deck that became blue after the Vampire rotated out of Standard, but now we don't necessarily need to play blue because we've got Nesting Bot as a target for Gleeful Demolition. So if you have this on turn 1, you can shoot it with Gleeful Demolition. It'll replace itself, making a 1/1. Excuse me. And then you can Knight-Errant of Eos. Again, sorry, it's still sick. But yeah, we dropped the blue, a more consistent mana base. And then we've got a Verge in Sunbillow Verge. And then I'm trying some Hazoret Godseekers. It's pretty good. We already have a card that starts your engine, so you can top deck this later, and maybe it'll be live. Also makes your things unblockable. It seems worth trying. I don't know if it's actually something that you need to put in your deck. You know, don't craft the mythics necessarily, but I wanted to try a new card and an old strategy, so this is what we've got. Gonna play best of one again, being lazy, not building the sideboard. But I think everyone knows this deck. There's not too much to say. So if you wanted to, if you're a Jeskai Convoke player and maybe you want to check out Nesting Bot, we've got the video for you. So if you need an export for this deck list, it'll be in the description, and I will see you in the games. Alright, opponent goes first. Let's top deck a Convoke creature, I guess. I think this hand is definitely worth keeping. Got the high roll potential. It's got some flaws, but that is not the card we wanted to draw. Maybe the worst draw in the deck. But if we can peel a Knight-Errant, maybe it's still winnable. Esper Hinterland Sanctifier. Okay, so they're doing stuff. Not really sure what I'm supposed to nab here, but I think using my mana on that might make sense. I wonder... God, it's so awkward. I just drew land Gleeful. I mean, this is the risk we took. I'm trying to think if there's any world where I just like want to reuse this clue. It's not like the Gleeful Demolition beatdown is not worth much. A chump here is interesting. I guess we're all in. I'm just gonna play for top decks, I think. Like this puts me in a position to win if I draw Imodane's Recruiter. Not 100% sure what's right and what's not, but sure. That's fine. Don't need that. Don't know what my opponent might just be playing cards I own .deck. So pretty easy double block. They get this back. I serve my 1/1s. I lose 1 for 5 damage. This goes double block here. I'm fine with that. Guess. How bad is it to attack with this? I nab this. They get the 2/1 back. And then my 1/1s get in. Yeah, whatever. We're just going to do max damage, I think. Probably doesn't really matter that much either way, because we're not winning this game unless we get help. So far we've drawn a Gleeful Demolition, a Novice Inspector, and some lands. Unfortunate, really. I don't know why this card is in their deck. Maybe then I have no idea what this is doing. Maybe they have some sort of weird combo I don't understand. I guess it's the case that they're looking for the... They're playing Return the Past or whatever it's called. And they are just milling themselves and then trying to mill over a copy. So it's like a rally deck. I wonder if they got a bit too aggressive. I guess it's fine for them either way. They might just die. If they have the return in their hand, I'm gonna lose the game. They just milled 2, so I have to kill them. 7. I don't think I can kill them, so I think I'm gonna lose unless I top deck. This shouldn't be attacking me. Did they just kill themselves? So it's 3. No, they didn't kill themselves. Still don't think it matters because they're just going to win next turn. Okay, so now this has to find an Imodane's Recruiter. Which is very possible. I don't know if that kills them, though. Let me make sure they're not dead on board. Block, block, block is 5. I don't even know if the Imodane does it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that summarizes this game. What a joke. Alright, well, bad beats. Good game. Alright, that was unfortunate. But let's see if we can get some better luck. We'll keep... Seems not great. The Shelter by Ghosts are kind of strange. Like I was looking at Jeskai lists on Magic Online as a reference point, and it seemed like they all had 4 Sheltered by Ghosts, which I thought looked kind of weird. What am I supposed to do here? I think since I'm on the play, I can just set up reinforcements in a case. But yeah, all the lists had 4 Shelter by Ghosts, and the only large creature they had to put it on was Knight-Errant of Eos, which I thought was kind of strange, but whatever. Two of them sucks. But we got a lot of shelters, so... So the problem is, if they have a pump spell, I'm going to case one of these, and then I'll just lose my guys. I suppose this might attack. Okay. I think that's good for me. You're just raging. Sure. Okay, that's fine. Take a bunch of damage. We're going to case the 3/3. And then hope they can't kill us. And if we live, maybe the Shelter by Ghost can help us cross the finish line. Alright, no problem. That's a good draw. Do I want to split it up? Does that even make sense? I guess... Nah, I should have targeted something else. I messed up. It's pretty likely they die next turn, so I don't think it'll matter, but... I should have just put these on not the nesting bot, because the nesting bot's going to want to participate in combat. Now if it dies, they're going to get stuff back. But yeah, they have to pay double wards, so we got them. Alright, well, it was a pretty solid draw by us. The shelters, I was making fun of the shelters, but they were good, I guess. It's awkward that if my opponent ever gets to like leave up shock and has it, I just get blown out, but didn't happen, so GG. We're back on the scoreboard, 1-1. See you in the next game. Alright, we got Hazoret, that's exactly what I want. Opponent goes first. Alright, let's try this. Kind of don't want to draw Knight-Errant because it's going to make the game probably end relatively quickly, but winning is nice. So now this looks like a no more lies. I'm not going to play the Hazoret yet. I guess what's a flash creature they could have? Whatever, we're doing this either way. Maybe it's just Fairy Mastermind. If I did play the Hazoret, I don't know. Okay, Impulse into Temporary Lockdown is very, very bad news for me. That is not going to be a card we are ever beating. Ever. Alright, no white. Oh, it's artifacts. Okay. Well, that'll be interesting. Alright, toss you out. Get up to 2 speed. So they are going to make a humongous board, and we have to slide under it. This can also block, which is nice. If we draw an Imodane's Recruiter, we're good to go. Okay, so that's 3/3 and a 2/4. What if I just serve with everyone? Oh, I get a Power Stone. So I serve with everyone, I'm doing 4 damage. At 3 speed. That's a good draw. Do I want to deal the damage? Do I care about turning this on? It's 3/3, so I'll get 1 less pump. Could also just sack a thing. Maybe this doesn't really matter. I guess we're just gonna do the damage. Okay, so if they don't have a counter spell next turn, I think we're gonna win. This Hazoret basically did nothing, I would say. So if they have another artifact, maybe their board will be big enough. Yeah. If they have another 3-mana artifact, I think we're dead. We have to dodge. We have to dodge counterspell and another 3-mana artifact. I suppose they can't block this well, though. So, yeah. I mean, can we kill them? What if they have one? So if they play a guy... I can't get no more lies. I think I'm just jamming everything. So I will say Hazoret's a card that I thought looked pretty bad when it got spoiled, but I heard so many people singing high praises of it that I sort of got convinced otherwise. But so far it has not looked very good. Let's It's kind of done nothing. This, I didn't count. This might not be lethal, but I doubt they can kill me, and now I have a blocker at least. Okay, well, Hazoret can finish the job, so I'll pass. I don't think they can kill me. I guess if they go remove Hazoret, artifact, it's probably lethal. But they have to have exile. They can have the new banishing light. Okay, can this target? Well, that's unfortunate. Maybe the Hazoret's gonna matter then. So attacking's not very good, I don't think. We draw the monkey, we can just kill him. Alright, I was making fun of Hazoret, but it looks like it might actually matter here. We'll see. Impulse, that's fine. Getting him to chump with the 6/6 is pretty nice. So they just need exile removal. If they get exile removal, I think I'm toast. I don't. What reach cards do you have in this deck? Funnily enough, Gleeful Demolition, just being able to kill this for 1 mana is actually nice. Okay. So that checks this. I think that probably is good enough to win them the game. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Good game though. I mean, that was wild. I guess if I draw, yeah, it's funny because Imodane's Recruiter actually stops this because it'll just be too big. But yeah, if Hazoret was just something that like did damage, was just like a 2-drop that could attack, it might have been good enough. Okay, so how do I beat a braided net? Unblockable tap. Die. So no matter what, I'm dead. So I guess we'll just Convoke for 2 and see if there's a card I don't know exists in my deck that can deal 1 damage. No. Alright, good game. That was a sweet game. Opponent's deck was cool. It was super close. They had to hit off their impulse, find an answer. It had to be a kind of weirdly specific answer. It had to be exile or tap. They hit it. That was a sweet game. GG. Alright, we get to go first. I think I'll keep this hand. No complaints for me. We have 1-drop into Hazoret, which is kind of nice, but it does play against like making the case the best it can be, because I get 2 bodies instead of 3. I just don't think that's that big of a deal either way, though. I probably just want to get this online as soon as possible. If mid-range decks were a little bit more prevalent in Standard, I think I could see Hazoret being better. Alright, what do I want to just pop this thing off? I think I do. It might be overly aggressive, but I don't want it to get out of size. And if I draw a 1-drop, I'll probably be able to answer a 2-drop. Hazoret can unblockable this, but it's another good example. Oh, that was just great. Yeah. So if I was on the draw, I think I probably would have died this game, but going first is good. So, yeah. Again, Hazoret not really relevant here. If my opponent was playing like a... so here's one observation I want to make about Hazoret now that I'm thinking about it more. It gets hit by temporary lockdown, and obviously Sunfall. It's kind of weird. It's like a weird nerf, but yeah, getting hit by temporary lockdown is not great. Alright, so let's sacrifice one of our dudes. I wonder if this is just worse than playing Arrest Forge. And I really do not like the card Arrest Forge, but it feels sort of similar where it's really slow to get going, and it's just kind of awkward. I just don't know. I don't know what decks it goes in, I suppose. I could have tried to block this. That actually would have maybe been good. I don't know if they're winning the race, but... So, yeah, I was going to say, that only pumps mice. So, a lucky top deck drew Gleeful Demolition at the right time, and then we had a bunch of answers, so... Everything went perfect for us that game. Again, I don't think the Hazoret was very good. So far, not so good. Let's play one more. I'm happy we've drawn Hazoret. Normally, I think I do 5 games. This will only be 4, but it's Boros Convoke. I think people know what's going on, and the mana has been nice. Like the mana has been nice. The Gleeful Demolitions have been live, so I think the Boros direction is definitely worth considering. I even think you could... I know I'm interrupting the games, which I normally don't do this, but I think you could even just stay Jeskai if you decided that you like the blue sideboard cards and just have less blue sources. Like, one of the problems with the Siren is you need to cast it on turn 1. Like, it's very important that you have enough blue sources to play this on turn 1. If you could just stay Jeskai and have sideboard counter spells for, like, you could have like negates or whatever for lockdowns, and then just have like 10 blue sources instead of whatever 14 that are required for this. So that's something worth considering. But yeah, one more game. All right, I get to go first. I have a fine hand, not perfect, but I don't think I'm mulliganing this. I cannot Knight-Errant on turn 2, but it's not that big of a deal. Let's play Forge, because this doesn't tap for red. Get him for 1. If I do top deck either of my 1-mana artifacts, I can do this. So that would be awesome. Opponent maybe playing like Reanimator or something. Okay, so now what? End of your next turn. Trying to think if I care if my opponent like has spot removal for this. I guess I'm just gonna do it now instead of Raise the Alarm. I mean, I'm not actually sure which is better, but this plays around like a cut down, which is kind of nice. All right, here we go. If I'm worried about a counterspell, I can just attack. Okay, so they're blue black bounce. All right, none of this is a problem. Let's play. Do I want to just attack for 1? I guess we'll play this. Nah, maybe with Mirrex. Man, our Knight-Errants are just the least generous I've ever seen, but I guess hitting a 1-drop is better than hitting nothing. We do have a good board, and I doubt this deck is super well equipped to deal with this type of stuff. Sheltered's kind of nice here, I guess. Can clean something up. Can even put it on the Knight-Errant if I'm worried about them bouncing. Oh, okay, well. Complain and ye shall receive. Surely this one doesn't miss, right? I will. Let's do it for 3, which means I would like to tap 2 lands. No, let's go tap. Don't think it really matters. Should have played my land first, in case they had some weirdo counter unless you pay 2 card. I messed up. Right? Yeah, I messed up. Excuse me. Whatever. Let's just take 2 of these. That's my fault. I meant to tap less. I guess I'll target this. If you want to bounce it, you can. Could have played better around spot removal. Yeah, I don't know why I just like locked in on bounce spell. I kind of figured they were gonna like pick up one of these. They could have both, which makes it difficult for me, but like I said, I don't know if this deck's very good at dealing with like go wide boards. I think this is probably a good matchup for me. It's just maybe a reason to play Convoke is these bounce decks. That being said, they're doing a decent job of keeping the board cleaned up. I think I'm just smashing. I know I'm going to lose my Knight or my Warden, but it's a lot of damage and I have a second recruiter, so we're just going to maximize our damage and turn our brain off. No, it's just lethal. Brain off, lethal damage. Alright, so that was Boros Convoke. I think those were pretty useful games. Still sort of in gutter elo, which isn't great in terms of things for playtesting, but a lot of this is testing new cards and theory and whatnot. So, trying to get to the deck. See, I think that Hazoret is just not good. I wasn't really impressed by Shelter. I think it's fine, but I don't know if I want more than 2. Like, I think I would rather just play 4 cases. I wonder if you could just play 4 of this card, too. I think this card's pretty reasonable. And it could be a spot removal spell. We are playing best of 1. But yeah, keynotes, the mana didn't do us very much damage. All the lands came into play untapped. That was nice. Yeah, it's just sort of what you would expect. But still useful data for people that are trying to figure out what to play in Standard. So that is Boros Convoke. It's sort of an old deck, sort of boring, but yeah, I think this card is just terrible. It's cool, but I think the power level of Standard, like doing stuff like this, doesn't make any sense to me. Like maybe in a slower Standard format, where like activating it and climbing up to start your engines max, it could be relevant, but it's just going to get exiled by Anoint and Temporary Lockdown and Sunfall. And it doesn't pressure your opponent well. It doesn't really accomplish all that much. It's cool with like Urborg Scavengers. That's a way to you can give your Urborg Scavenger haste and indestructible. That's something I could see people trying maybe. But otherwise, I think I would not waste your wild cards on this thing. So yeah, that is Boros Convoke. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more Standard. I promise I will play more interesting decks than this. But just trying to get some videos made while I am sick. So I will see you guys in the future. Peace.